You are the leader of your own kingdom. You have to take your decision.
I wish today you had an opportunity to come here live, face to face, and visit the university. I wish you had an opportunity to see this lush green campus, 120-acre plus campus. I wish you had an opportunity to see the state of the art infrastructure that we had. And I hope that you all will take care in these trying times, this pandemic. I hope that this goes quickly and I can see you all fit and fine on campus. Till then, God bless you all.
Dear students, you heard from our Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor. And I welcome you to the Adamus family. I will bring the glimpse of Forceps, which is our orientation cum engagement program of last year, wherein the leadership team, including the deans, have put together their offer for you virtually. And then let's have a look at what this 24/7 buzzing campus has to offer. Its culture, sports, its entertainment, the drama, the annual fest ad Innova. So what we offer is a life of excitement, of learning, and a life where we pursue excellence. This is Dr. Mahul Brahma, and I welcome you again to Forceps 2021 and to Adamus family.
You are the leader of your own kingdom. You have to take your decision.
I wish today you had an opportunity to come here live, face to face, and visit the university. I wish you had an opportunity to see this lush green campus, 120-acre plus campus. I wish you had an opportunity to see the state of the art infrastructure that we had. And I hope that you all will take care in these trying times, this pandemic. I hope that this goes quickly and I can see you all fit and fine on campus. Till then, God bless you all.
Dear students, you heard from our Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor. And I welcome you to the Adamus family. I will bring the glimpse of Forceps, which is our orientation cum engagement program of last year, wherein the leadership team, including the deans, have put together their offer for you virtually. And then let's have a look at what this 24/7 buzzing campus has to offer. Its culture, sports, its entertainment, the drama, the annual fest ad Innova. So what we offer is a life of excitement, of learning, and a life where we pursue excellence. This is Dr. Mahul Brahma, and I welcome you again to Forceps 2021 and to Adamus family.
You are the leader of your own kingdom. You have to take your decision.
I wish today you had an opportunity to come here live, face to face, and visit the university. I wish you had an opportunity to see this lush green campus, 120-acre plus campus. I wish you had an opportunity to see the state of the art infrastructure that we had. And I hope that you all will take care in these trying times, this pandemic. I hope that this goes quickly and I can see you all fit and fine on campus. Till then, God bless you all.
Dear students, you heard from our Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor. And I welcome you to the Adamus family. I will bring the glimpse of Forceps, which is our orientation cum engagement program of last year, wherein the leadership team, including the deans, have put together their offer for you virtually. And then let's have a look at what this 24/7 buzzing campus has to offer. Its culture, sports, its entertainment, the drama, the annual fest, Adinova. So what we offer is a life of excitement, of learning, and a life where we pursue excellence. This is Dr. Mahul Brahma, and I welcome you again to Forceps 2021 and to Adamus family. Hi students, I hope I'm audible. So dear students, welcome to the day 2 of the 5-day induction program that we have curated for you, called Forceps. And on the first day, this is Dr. Mahul Brahma. I am the Dean of School of Media and Communication. So I'll give a quick recap of the first day, and then we'll give you a glimpse of the second day, and then I'll introduce the next speaker. So on the first day of the annual orientation cum engagement program, Forceps, we had the first session was with Honorable Chancellor, Professor Samit Ray, who is an industry leader and educationist and the founder of RISE Group, Adamus International School, Adamus World School, and our university, Adamus University. As you remember, he shared his vision of the university and the new order of learning that we have in store for you. The second speaker of the day was Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Dipendra Kumar Jha. And he's an academic leader and an alumnus of Hiroshima University. Prior to Adamus, he was the Vice Chancellor of University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, UPES, Dehradun, and GD Goenka University, Gurgaon. He shared with the students what is in store for them at Adamus. So what's in store for you at Adamus? Mission, vision, values, and the various perspectives of the 21st century learning destination that you have enrolled yourself into. Then our group CEO of RISE Education, Mr. Chandan Majumdar, who's a corporate leader and have held top management positions in ABP Group, shared the perspective of the student. Yesterday, you also heard from our governing body member, Dr. Partha S. Ghosh, who is, he spoke from the US, and he's a renowned management consultant and a policy advisor. Then it was me. I took you through a virtual tour of the university, giving you the sense of the facets of the university. And finally, it was Dr. Sanjay Mishra, our registrar, who took you through the entire registration process. We had shared a feedback form, which we will be shared today as well on the first day. And I thank you so much for giving such a detailed feedback. So it was very helpful. We will reach out to you. The registrar's office will reach out to you on this, on your queries. So that's the first day recap. Today, we have again a power pack session for you, starting with Professor Dr. Naveen Das, who's the Pro Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs at Dean, School of Management. And this session is the first session, which is on Harbingers of Change, AU Graduate Attributes and Students' Journey at AU. The second session, which will begin at 11, is on a multidisciplinary approach to learning. So learning in the 21st century connected world by Professor Dr. Santosh Kumar, who's Dean of School of Liberal Arts, and Ms. Monica Clare, who's a joint manager of ERP. The third session of the day, it's a very interesting session, is on an introduction to the AU clubs, Adamus University clubs. So, all the
members will talk about, how, what are the different interesting aspects of these clubs at which you can join and explore the club culture at the final session is going to start after the lunch break at 2 o'clock sharp, and it will be taken by our registrar, Dr. Sanjay Mishra, and Dr. Rajneesh Thair, who's the Associate Director of Planning and Monitoring. It is on Student Code of Conduct, Campus Do's and Don'ts. So without further ado, let me hand over the baton of the day to Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Naveen Das, for his first inaugural session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brahma. Good morning. Good morning, all of you, my dear students. Again, the day has come that I'm facing a new batch of students. It's really heartening to see all of you, the bubbly faces, the faces with promises, the faces to conquer the world. But well, that's slightly delayed. Before that, you have to conquer the first intention with which you have joined the university. Through the recap of Dr. Brahma, I'm sure you must have realized that yesterday, the whole day was spent in basically tuning you to the university, what we have for you on offer. Various facets of the university, the faces of the university, the different facilities that you can take advantage of to prepare yourself for the days to come. Today, the whole day, more or less, including the session on clubs, are basically concerning you. YOU. So welcome to the second day of Forceps 2021, the day that is meant for you. I would urge that all of you take heed to what is being delivered today, because it concerns completely about your academic life, which includes curricular as well as extracurricular and co-curricular. Incidentally, Adamus University is a university which doesn't really differentiate between what is pure academic and what is quasi-academic. Because we believe that at the end of the day, as university graduates, when you go to the world and represent us, you represent us as a complete human being, a complete man and woman. And that's why we lay almost equal importance to what is happening within the classroom, outside the classroom, in the society, in your neighborhood, so that you are prepared for the society and nation at large. Welcome to a session which is entitled Harbingers of Change. I'm sure many of you must be knowing about the word harbinger. You must be knowing the meaning of harbinger. So I will not dwell on the meaning of harbinger at length. Just to suffice that we believe that each one of you is basically a vanguard, a person who goes before us to the world and say, hey, I am from Adamus University, and these are the attributes that I have. Be proud of this name, Adamus University, because this is going to be attached to yourself, to your identity for life. All of us on this side of the table, your teachers, your mentors, your facilitators, whether we like it or not, we are all born with an identity, and we acquire another identity of our alma maters, which remain throughout our life. So be proud of the alma mater, Adamus University, for whatever it has in store for you. Yesterday, you have already seen or read the vision, mission statements of the university. Why is it that I'm again talking about them? It's basically because today, when we talk about academics, the starting point are again the same vision and mission statements of the university, which are very, very important. Yesterday, while listening to our Honorable Chancellor, I'm sure when he talked about the genesis of Adamus University and his dream of making a 24/7 university bubbling with life, he talked about actually an international university uh, which can be alive throughout the day. He talked about what is expected of each one of you so that the internationally recognized university that we have dreams of through excellence in interdisciplinary education, research, and innovation, they all are fructified through your mission. Also, the vision of the university and the mission statements, each one of them, each one of those 5 mission statements are important. Today, again and again, I'm going to make you realize why these mission statements are important and how we believe that each one of you have a responsibility. The onus is on you. You remember our Honorable Vice Chancellor, I think he put the onus of getting developed as a human being on each one of you. Even our CEO, the group CEO, he mentioned about the onus and the responsibility that you hold as a student here. Honorable member governing body also mentioned about your responsibility. Finally, it is you. We can at the most be facilitators. We can put forth all the facilities in front of you, but how much of it you can take advantage of entirely depends on you. The mission statement of the university, which talk about employability, which talk about futuristic curriculum that makes you ready for the future, not just 5 years, perhaps 10 years, 15 years. Here in the university, we believe that more or less about 5 to 10 years is the time that whatever we know today is going to be completely obsolete. So what is it that makes you a lifelong learner? What is that trait? What is that notion? What is that mindset? What is that outlook that you should have to become a lifelong learner? That is done normally through a progressive pedagogy. For those of you who are hearing this word for the first time, pedagogy is the structure, the developmental stages of education, the way it is imparted. You have all gone through maybe slightly different type of pedagogy in your school or maybe in your college, your +2. Even for some of you who have joined us as master students, you must have gone through some kind of pedagogy in your college, in your undergraduate. Remember, Adamus University believes in a holistic development, and the pedagogy reflects that. That's why we would like to believe that it is a progressive pedagogy with cutting-edge technology. The pandemic, which has been roaring almost like a wild tiger around us for the last almost 1.5 years, has made us realize that technology is not just a tool. Technology is not just a technique which you use for your efficiency. Technology is part and parcel of whatever we do. Many of us in the academic circles, we always thought that online education is not for us. Online education is not real education. Now put a hand on your heart, each one of you, and tell me honestly, is online education completely a waste? It is not. In fact, many students have confided in us, your seniors, that actually their learning went multiple times with this so-called blended learning. Blended learning means when the teacher comes face-to-face on occasions, and part of your study you have to do yourself. When you come to us, you will know more about all of them. There is a beautiful concept called flipped classroom, where as Honorable Vice Chancellor and CEO, in fact, all the dignitaries yesterday mentioned again and again in their own words how you have to be an independent learner. Technology is a beautiful medium to make you an independent learner. We are all concerned about outcome-based education. You know, when our grandparents, perhaps your parents or their parents, when they got educated, the normal notion in universities was, in theory, it is called the blue sky notion of education. Ivory tower, maybe derogatory, it's a derogatory term, but some people also used to call it the ivory tower notion of education, where you are supposed to just be a thinker. Outcome was left to you. But today, as new age universities, and Adamas University is very much a new age university for the 21st century, we have to be worried about the outcomes that we expect from education. And that's why we believe that our education is outcome-based education, which strives for continuous improvement. Not only what happens in the classroom, your teachers, when they're not in the classroom, are engaged in research. They're engaged in allied activities like writing papers or designing assignments, designing projects for you, working in projects with you. I would urge that many of you, in fact, most of you, should get involved in various projects, even outside your curriculum, with the teachers. We welcome such students. Remember, as I again repeat, teaching or learning doesn't happen only within the four walls of the classroom. Much of it happens outside the classroom. I'll come to that later. We also believe that our mission is to instill a notion of lifelong learning through research and innovation. It's also to collaborate with industries, research centers, and professional bodies to stay relevant and up to date. As I told you, knowledge has this unique property of becoming obsolete very fast. Gone are the days when once you learn a trade or once you know about something, it would suffice for you for almost 20, 30, 40 years. Today, you have to learn and relearn, obviously unlearn before you relearn what you know today. Tomorrow is a different day. Things are changing fast. It used to sound very cliche that the only thing constant is change. Today, I think we believe it. We know that finally, if we have to be relevant and up to date, we have to update ourselves every day, every moment, every learning opportunity that you get in the university. Please do take advantage of that. And that is also mentioned in the vision statement. It says that we want well-grounded individuals contributing to nation building by remaining up to date, relevant, and contributory. Incidentally, if you recall, our Honorable Vice Chancellor mentioned about the QS rating that we have got recently as a university. The QS rating is actually the worldwide recognition of what we are as a university or what we have done as a university. I hope the fine print is also readable. If not, then I can read for you. We have got an overall gold rating, which is very high rating, needless to say, on the QS iGotch. And we have performed outstandingly in teaching, learning, employability, social responsibility, and academic development. So I, as a Pro Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, I'm so proud that the university that you are joining us, or you have joined us, this university stands for the excellence in academic as well as outlook for the society through its students. And that brings me to the last slide, or the last point of the slide, the mission to inculcate ethical principles and develop understanding of environmental and social realities. We have got on most of these highlighted words. If you see now, if you match the QS gold rating and those words in fine print, most of them are in our mission. So I'm so proud that you are going to be our partners in this academic journey, where we are going to make each one of them a much bigger reality, a much relevant reality for the society at large. We have got platinum and diamond ratings on most of these highlighted factors which are there in the QS rating. Well, every university, or for that matter, every organization, when you join our programs, the intention is also to become a professional. And when you become a professional, you join a professional organization. Either you join as an employee, or maybe, who knows, God willing, many of you are also going to be job givers rather than job seekers. In the days to come, you are also going to, many of you are also going to start companies or professional organizations. Remember, every organization has a few core values that they stand for. These are non-negotiable. These are traits that we feel are non-negotiable for everybody who has a stake in the university. And just like we as teachers, as professors, as facilitators, as non-academic support system of this university has the core values imbibed in us, we want each one of you to stand for these core values. And today is the day for taking that vow. Remember, as Adamus University students, please stand for these values throughout your life. Stand for respect, respect for others. It's only when you respect others, you will get respect back. We stand for positivity. So remember, yesterday, Honorable Vice Chancellor mentioned about resilience, that when you become innovative, there are opportunities there for you to succeed, but then maybe a few times you might fail. That is the reason why innovation is not for everybody. It is for the courageous, people who have the courage to fail. But the moot point is, when you fail, you have to get up again. You have to bounce back. That comes from the positivity. Don't get completely laid down with one failure. Commitment. If you commit something to someone, to somebody, for something, please value it. Accountability. Should be accountable for your actions. Remember, as a university, we are a part of the higher education system now. We believe that each one of you are now an adult who has to now take charge of your actions, of your words, of your values. So accountability is yet another core value that we value. Finally, innovation. The core value, innovation, is almost inbuilt in the entire process of the university, whether it is academic process or non-academic process. Innovation, we breathe innovation. And once you come to the campus, which we are expecting maybe very soon, when you come to the campus physically, you will see that the whole place is bubbling with everybody trying to do things in a newer way, innovating in the old way so that it becomes new and more relevant. So when you graduate after 3 years, 4 years, or maybe 2 years, depending on the kind of programs, or 5 years, depending on the kind of programs that you have enrolled in, you must be completely thorough with these core values as part of yourself: respect, positivity, commitment, accountability, innovation. Picture yourself, instead of this young, bubbly, bright girl, picture yourself and see that when you graduate and when you get the degree from the good hands of the chancellor or the vice chancellor, you must be a person that we depend on these core values, that we feel that you can stand to these core values till your death. Now, being an academic person, I felt that let me also ground you through some kind of philosophy. Philosophy is not a very high sounding word, as normally we make it out to be. Philosophy is a part of life. They say that philosophy deals with life. So long back, almost 2,500 years ago, a gentleman in Greece, and I know some of you from the picture, and deliberately, I didn't name the person. Just as a small quiz, how many of you can recognize the face onto the right? Take your time, jog your memory. I'm sure you must have seen this face. Yes, I can see some raised hands, quite a few of them. Elates me that at least the new generation is also keeping abreast with history and philosophy. Yes, if some of you have guessed it right, it is Aristotle. It is Aristotle. And what a legacy of teachers Greece had in those days, starting from Socrates. In fact, before Socrates itself, there were many, many philosophers like Empedocles who gave the elements, the 4 elements. But we are talking about Aristotle. Socrates had his worthy student in Plato. Plato has his worthy student in Aristotle. And I'm sure many of you know that Aristotle was the worthy teacher of yet another worthy student of Greek history called Alexander. So Aristotle has a philosophical theory which talks about the 3 intellectual virtues. The 3 intellectual virtues. So nice to see so many hands, almost 20 hands going up. The first intellectual virtue that he talks about is the episteme. I know very few of us know Greek. In fact, it is not only just a classic language, it is almost an obsolete language for many of us on this side of the world. Maybe in some parts of the world, particularly Greece and their colonies, they might still be using the language Greek. Episteme stands for analytical or scientific knowledge. Say, for example, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Wherever on earth you go, 2 plus 2 will remain 4. Now, that is an epistemic knowledge. It is not dependent on the context. It is not that in Greece 2.2 is equal to 4, whereas in India 2.2 is equal to 5. It is context independent knowledge. A very simple example. Now, suppose I also know how to apply that knowledge. Suppose I ask you that you have a very young cousin or a brother or a sister. Can you teach him or her counting? Remember, the knowledge of numbers that you had is not enough. you will realize that you have to apply that. Possibly you will play with balls. Possibly you will play with balloons, or possibly you will play with some small fruits and tell them that, look, you have one, I have one. Let's combine them. Now we have 1, 2. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. That is what we call technique. It is the art, craft, or pragmatic, context-dependent skills. You know that application of knowledge is difficult. All of you who have studied science, you must have done experiments, right? You must have done those experiments at home. This is simply called the application of knowledge that you got in the classroom. The know-how is normally called the technique. That's the second virtue, but that's not enough. The phronesis is ethics-oriented, value-based judgment, which is also important. It is not enough to know something and to be able to apply. There is also another aspect of knowing where to apply or when to apply. For example, again, I have this tendency of giving simple examples. Suppose, which is a reality for most of us, suppose my grandfather is not very fluent in French or English, and I have learned French. Do you think I would like to show off how much I know about my English or my French to my grandfather or grandmother? I would definitely not. Would you show how much wealth you have by showing off? No. Phronesis says that you must have the wisdom to have humility when you have already achieved something in life. That is phronesis. Episteme, technique, and phronesis, which is the wisdom, all these three go hand in hand to make a complete human being. It is not enough to know something. You should also know how to apply, but more importantly, you should know when to apply, where to apply, and how to apply. If you think very deeply about these three virtues, you will see that the whole dichotomy, the whole fight between science and non-science, not nonsense. Huh? I talked about non-science. The so-called science part, which we normally say that we deal with the left brain, and the art or social sciences part, which we think that we deal with the right. Research is still going on whether there is really a dichotomy between the left and the right brain. But this dichotomy, this whole division of the world between natural sciences and social sciences gets blurred if you understand this philosophy. Natural sciences, by dint of being predictive, strong in predictive, and it also explains things. For example, why does the apple fall? If you ask a child would laugh and say, anything I have seen it falls, so the apple also falls. When you grow a little bit older, you also understand or learn about small g, first the capital G from the law of gravitation, and then the small g, gravity. Then you start explaining that, well, gravity works on a body, and that is the reason why the earth attracts everybody to itself. Natural science or physics, chemistry, they are all very predictive and explanatory. It requires a lot of analytical rationality. Reason being, natural science focuses on episteme and technique, theory and its application. Social sciences, on the other hand, is very strong on reflection. Why is it that I am taking so much of time to explain to you these three virtues? I could have just shown you and asked you to memorize. It is not so. You have to reflect on these three virtues. When you reflect on these three virtues, only then you will realize that there is also a scope, there is also space for values. It is not enough to know something and to apply, but I should also understand where to apply. There comes your value system. There comes your intuition. By looking at a person, why is it that we immediately decide that this person is a friendly person or he's not like myself? All of us, we work or we act on our instincts, right? The intuition gets developed when you are very strong on this reflective mode of thinking. You reflect on what happens throughout the day for each one of you. I don't know how many of you have this habit of thinking about the day-long activities, or thinking about what happened to you throughout the day at night before going to bed. Yes, many of you raised hands. It's a very good practice. It makes you a reflective individual. You learn from your life. You learn from your daily routine. Fantastic. More than 30 of you have raised hands. So natural sciences and social sciences, actually there is no dichotomy. It all depends on how much of your three virtues you are using in your studies. So when you become our student, as Adamus University students, please remember, we will urge that each one of you develop all these three virtues: episteme, techne, and phronesis. In simple words, knowledge, skill, and wisdom. Wisdom is not the privy or not the private property of only the 60 plus. Wisdom can be there in almost everyone. Even a child has wisdom. And that's the reason why the first time through application, the child touches the candle, but immediately learns through reflection that anything that burns is hot, and therefore I should not touch. So dichotomy that we have, these artificial boundaries between natural science and social sciences, we in the university would like to break that wall. And there are many, many initiatives. Immediately after my session, there will be a session by Professor Dr. Santosh Kumar, the Dean of SOLAX, who is going to deal or dwell on the interdisciplinary side of your mind, on how to be interdisciplinary in your approach, and what are the initiatives we have in the university to make that learning that you have truly interdisciplinary. Remember, the problems in life do not come in neat packets of physics, chemistry, and biology, or maybe economics, management, or history, or philosophy, or languages, or law for that matter. They don't come in neat packages. Every problem that you face in life is a multidisciplinary aspect. The small fight that you had last week with your friend, think about it. It was not because of only one factor, and it cannot be called one single domain. For all you know, the fight was perhaps because of personality clash. The fight was perhaps because of some kind of meanness, might be because of miscommunication, might be because of psychological barriers that has come up, might be because the environment was such. Might be because there was a money angle. Might be because your perspective of the world and his or her perspective of the world are different. So every problem is a multidisciplinary problem. You have to analyze problems in a multidisciplinary, open mind. And that is also another aspect of the university, a unique aspect of Adamus University. We believe that every student has to major in one area. That's for sure, because that's the kind of education system we are born with. We are trying to change that also. You will see later on how we are trying to change the fundamentals of the education system in India. We are the harbingers of that change also as a university. How Adamus University is trying to look at education in a much more holistic way. After all, though you and I, we think that Freud and Marx were scientists, Freud being a natural scientist, Marx being a social scientist, or more of social scientist, less of natural scientist, they also viewed natural science as worth striving for. Each one of them had a liking for the other side of science. Marx, as you know, was an economist, a social scientist. He also believed that natural science is something that every mind should go through. Freud, for that matter, the father of psychoanalysis, a psychologist par excellence, he also felt that natural science is worth striving for. These are examples from the West, right? Both of them from the old German side of the world, or Austria. Let's get on to a few examples from India, because these are names which ring a bell. I'm sure I don't have to introduce to you Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a beacon not only to India but to the rest of the world. The first Asian to win the Nobel Prize. The first Asian to win the Nobel Prize in 1913. We all know that he was a creative genius, supremely intellectual, where he could actually relate to many things. And that's why he was perhaps one of the greatest statesmen the world has seen, a philosopher. But how many of you know that he was also a restless innovator? In his estate in the district of Birbhum in West Bengal, he actually experimented with genetically modified paddy, rice, what we normally call. He was also a superb craftsman. He could use his hands to create art and craft. I'm sure you know that he is considered to be the pioneers of modern art. So now, where does the left brain end and where does the right brain take over? We don't know. In fact, these are the individuals who should be our benchmark, who should be our ideal for combining the left and the right brain. How many of you know that he actually wrote a science fiction for children called Vishwa Parichai in 1937, almost 14-15 years after getting his Nobel? He thought of giving back to the society and particularly to the young minds by writing this book called Vishwa Parichai, an introduction to the universe. So a poet par excellence is appreciated by none other than Heisenberg. Yes, I'm talking about the same person who got the Nobel Prize for the uncertainty principle. Heisenberg says, after meeting him, that some of the ideas that had seemed so crazy suddenly made much sense. That was of great help to me. What an endorsement. A man of science, Heisenberg, appreciating a man of letters. The same man also had a heart of gold. And this is the phronesis that comes into being. Tagore not only knew about many fields, he could apply them in his experiments, in his craft. But more importantly, he was also concerned about where to apply and where not to apply. He renounced the knighthood in 1919 because of the Jallianwala Bagh. That's a blemish, that's a black spot in our history. The British perhaps were barbarous on that fateful day in Jallianwala Bagh, and he renounced his knighthood as a protest. Not only that, I'm sure many of you know that he was nominated for the honorary doctorate from Berlin University. And his friend Einstein was maltreated by the same university. So again, as a protest and in solidarity with the anti-Nazism and a support for his friend Einstein, he declined the Berlin University's doctorate. What a great man. It is because of these characteristics, these traits, that history remembers these people. Well, anyway, the whole intention of bringing up these examples was to show to you that actually there is no division between the right and the left brain. The harbingers of change that we are talking about should be a person, each one of you, who can be equally comfortable with using your analytical mind as much as using the imaginative, creative side of your mind. His close friend, Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose, a scientist who could have been a Nobel laureate. Had he not been born in India, perhaps he should have been a Nobel laureate. So his friend, Sir J.C. Bose, writes about Tagore, if you would not be a poet, you could have been a great scientist. What an endorsement of one genius about the other. Let's look at the flip side of the coin. Yes, Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. In fact, almost as if these two friends had a pact up there before they came here on earth, that they would come almost at the same time and would leave at the same time. A gap of 3 years in their birth and death, if you have noticed, what a coincidence. Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose, needless to introduce him, but yes, for those of you who have forgotten or who may not be aware, perhaps, he laid the foundation of experimental science in India. In spite of resource constraints, in his college, the famous Presidency College now, he was given a room which is smaller than a lavatory for doing his experiments. There was no fund given to him for bringing in equipment. By the way, when you come to Adamas University, you will see what fantastic equipment we have in our laboratories. The well laid out laboratories that you see today in Adamas University, unfortunately, were not available to this great scientist. But in spite of that, he ensured that he made his own experimental equipment. In fact, he's the founder of or inventor of crescograph, which measures the growth of plant. It was he who scientifically proved that plant and animal tissues are almost parallel. In fact, I'm so proud as an Indian that we were so advanced in our mind that we didn't ask this scientist to face the Inquisition. A scientist about 100 years ago, before him, had to face, or maybe 200 years ago, had to face the Inquisition for saying that the earth was not the center of the universe. Whereas this man says that animals and plants are almost the same. And people hailed him as a scientist par excellence. He was a physicist, a biologist, a botanist, an archaeologist, an institution builder. Those of you who have not seen, when you come to the Adamus campus, please also visit his institutions that he has built for time immemorial. The Bose Institute is or must be a must visit for you. You should go and see the institutions that he has built. He was a writer of science fiction also. Again, the amalgamation or the mixture of the left and the right. A scientist who writes, again, science fiction. A creative mind writes about science, and he wrote Niruddesher Kahini, the story of the missing one. Just like Tagore wrote for the children, he also wrote a science fiction called Niruddesher Kahini, the story of the missing one. Well, another small tidbit about him. He was the first person from the Indian subcontinent to receive the US patent in 1904 for his work on millimeter band radio, which was a precursor to the FM band. Okay. So it won't be complete if I don't talk about his friend Tagore here. As I talked about J.C. Bose, the friend of Tagore, J.C. Bose had this, or rather Tagore had this to write about J.C. Bose. Tagore wrote that Bose is celebrated not just because he was helping recover the self-respect that colonial rule had injured, and for leading India into Western science, but also because he was demonstrating that modern science merely reflected the wisdom of the Upanishads, that all is one. Again, a great endorsement from a great friend, Tagore, about J.C. Bose. So, dear students, the two brains of the left and the right, and much of it will be dwelled again as a reminder to you by the speaker who is going to follow me, Dr. Santosh Kumar, in his address. The moot point that I was trying to impress on you is that the future of tomorrow, the future of the world, the future of jobs, if you may, is going to be uncertain. The left side of your brain and the right side of your brain, they have to work together. The future uncertain, or uncertainty of the future, which we sometimes today call the VUCA world, the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, is going to force you to perhaps sometime think like a creative poet, and at other times think like a very, very rational scientist. And you have to have the ability to switch between these two roles. The widespread automation that we are going to see, and we have already seen. Yesterday, Honorable Vice Chancellor, through beautifully coming up with those pictures, showed you that many of these things that we took as the epitome of science are nowhere to be seen today. Just to remind you, like the Walkman, like the pager. So it is predicted, if you see the graph onto your left, it is predicted that by 2025, another 3-4 years from today, more than half of the activities that we see today are going to be overtaken by machines. So there will be widespread obsolescence. You and I, we are going to be obsolete if we don't learn, unlearn, and relearn new traits, new skills, new knowledge.
Supply chain.
The future of jobs will also see a very, very inclusive workforce where there will be a lot of internationalization. Rest assured that your work team will have people from almost all nationalities. And that is the reason why, if you recall, yesterday when you took a virtual tour along with us of the university, we did talk about internationalization and how important is internationalization. We will have some detailing of it later on. I'm sure many of you know about this gig economy. It's called the gig economy because there is a possibility that in our own lifetime, in our work life, we are going to be engaged with at least 3 to 4 types of jobs and simultaneously. And that is why in the university, we have initiatives like the minors, where you major in one subject, but you are also given an opportunity to do a minor of 20 credits, not less, in completely a different subject, a different domain. We like to give this example. For example, you can be a microbiologist, but you can also minor in music, the left and the right brain. Tagore and J.C. Bose. So we have the concept of minors. We have interdisciplinary projects, which each one of you will go through. We also have value-added courses, which make you a holistic human being, a holistic resource for the world tomorrow. Remember, there is an impermanence of knowledge and skill. And that is why we stress so much on lifelong learning. We will have sessions on each one of them. We also believe that the future belongs to people who have a sound body, because only in a sound body resides a sound mind. A sound body has a sound mind. Only then we believe that you will be ready for the future. After all, the creative side of Satyajit Ray has to match the scientific temper of our late President APJ Abdul Kalam to be future ready, where you as a human being and a machine as your co-worker. Yes, yesterday when the Honorable Vice Chancellor showed this and he asked you how scary it is, I'm sure many of you felt that it was scary, but you cannot deny it. You cannot run away with it, that you will be working almost neck to neck with a machine, with a robot. So the human touch, along with the machine human touch, is going to be the future of jobs. You have to be ready for that. We as Adamus University, through various initiatives, will try to give you the opportunity to grab them and be ready. There will also be a session on our unique initiative called the ACE Scorecard, Adamus Comprehensive Excellence Scorecard, where not only on the academic or curricular aspect, we believe that each one of you have to excel in sports, in extracurriculars, in co-curriculars. Coming to sports, the healthy mind in a healthy sound, or healthy or sound body. We as Adamus, we believe that we have a role to play in enhancing the sports culture, the sports temper in this country. And you will be very proud to know that many of your seniors have already brought laurels to not only to the university, but to the country, obviously to the state. This partial list of achievements, whether it is in TT tournament or in chess championships or in football, or in swimming, for example, these laurels have been brought by your seniors. And by the way, this is just a partial list. I'm not going to read them up for you. You can have just a glance that many of your seniors in different programs have brought laurels to this country and to this university. Sahil, a football player in the ATK Mohan Bagan, he was there in the camp. Or Dipannita, who is an ace table tennis player. Or Akash Pal, again from table tennis. Or Tomal Bollov from the same games. They have brought laurels, and this goes to prove that a sound mind resides in a sound body. Please don't ignore the sports and games opportunities that you will get in this university. We have international match size playgrounds here, quite a few of them, many of them, in fact, that makes this campus green. Take opportunity of developing the mind along with your body, because the school of the future will not be a school as we understand it. All of us, including you, I'm sure. I think you believe that a school has to be a room with four walls, with some benches, blackboards or whiteboards. I know nowadays all of you are used to whiteboards, or maybe a teacher's platform. For example, right now, I'm addressing all of you on a platform. It may be a theater, a library, a museum, a conversation. And let me add from my side to this great man, Leo Tolstoy, maybe the playground, as I showed you. The school of the future can also be a playground. There are many, many things that you can learn in the playground when you play, particularly group matches or group games. Therefore, let me once again welcome you to this outcome-based education destination for employability. When I say employability, remember, we are not talking about just job seekers. We are also talking about job givers. We are talking about higher researchers, researchers who are going to bring laurels to this country, who are going to save the world from the problems of tomorrow. Welcome to futuristic curriculum, where the pedagogy is tuned to make you a holistic learner and a lifelong learner. Welcome to collaboration with industries and professional bodies. Welcome to the environmental and social realities. We don't want you to become just a bookish person. You should also be a person whose heart should bleed for the social problems that we are still facing, we are still grappling with. Look at poverty, look at corruption. We want each one of you to think about those and come up with solutions. Finally, welcome you, all of you, heartily to Adamus University, where you can pursue excellence. Thank you very much. God bless you, and see you soon in the campus. Now, you are going to have a session by Dr. Santosh Kumar, and he's going to take you through the multiple facets of interdisciplinary learning, first teaching and learning, how we endeavor to make you a holistic learner and a useful contributor to this society. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, students. I'm so very happy to be meeting you all today on the virtual platform. And thank you, Professor Naveen Das, for giving us such a brilliantly conceived ideas about the academic programs at the campus. I, Professor Santosh Kumar, along with my colleague, Ms. Monica Clare, we are going to be talking about multidisciplinary approach to learning and learnings in 21st century world. I would like to, before I begin my session, I would like to remind you of two things. Kindly register for the universities through the university registration process. And secondly, do rename your devices so that we know your names. And that will be very important for us to know your names, because when we look at the attendance and those kind of things, your device name should not be there. We would like your name to be there. So welcome to the Adamus University, and congratulations for taking this decision to come to this campus. Yeah. So while before I start speaking about multidisciplinary learning, training, etc., I would like to pick up two phrases from my previous speaker, Professor Naveen Das. He was talking about VUCA world, and he was also talking about the IDP as we do it on the campus. So let us begin with what exactly is multidisciplinary learning. So I'm sure you know about the discipline per se. I look at multidisciplinary learning, and I have been a multidisciplinary learner all my life because of the kind of opportunities that we got of learning in various places. And this is something that we are passing on to you as our students and the future brand ambassadors of this university. So what exactly is multidisciplinary learning? You see, before we get into the learning process, let me tell you that it's actually, we are talking about the mindset, which receives the best practices of the various disciplines. So why this is very important in the present times is because, as Professor Naveen Das was mentioning, we are living in a world which is so uncertain, it's very volatile, it's very complex, and it's very ambiguous. In fact, the phase that was setting in after March 2020 due to corona pandemic, I think these are the times which proves that how uncertain the world could be, how volatile the world could be. It has given to us, in fact, an example where we can look at some issues or any issue pertaining to pandemic issues or the virus infested world in multi-dimensional manner. You can see economics there, you can see politics there, you can see policy there, you can see medicines there, you can see international relations there, you can see technology there. In the teaching learning methods, the kind of platforms that we have started using, this is all happening in just last 1.5 years time, right? Now, this is the world which we are looking at, and this is how we are going to be looking at the world for many more years. And because this is the kind of world, it's very important that you know the disciplines, which is fine, which is going to be your core specialization. But knowing just one discipline may not be enough for you. So assimilation of the discipline from the multi and interdisciplinary perspectives then becomes very important, which means that part of the learning or knowing has to be assimilated, and then you actually get to the point of being a learned person. And then once you have assimilated that, then how do you practice that? And the world is, because of the VUCA situation, multiple kind of problems are coming, and none of the problems are actually located in a single domain. Now, point is, if you're not looking at the problem which has single domain, which means your multidisciplinary perspectives and the knowledge which you have assimilated will be most important for you to practice in the field, right? And then as we progress, I'll actually be sharing with you some of the most fascinating things that the multidisciplinary practices are providing to us. So it's all about contemporary perspectives of visualization and addressing the concerns of the world. How do you look at the concerns of the world? I'm not saying problems of the world. There are so many concerns. We want to progress, but how? So if we want to look at the conservation of the energy, the fossil fuel and all those kind of things, then how many options can we then look at, right? These are the ways of visualizing and addressing the concerns of the world, right? This is something that is going to be the content of our this journey, on which I want you to be with me in understanding the multidisciplinary mindset. So basically, let's look at the larger perspective of it. If you can see the graph out there, I think the world is success, or people are successful, or only those people are successful basically who are able to cross the boundaries of their disciplines and go into a different direction and multiple directions with the strength of the various things that they have learned along the way. But then a discipline is very important, for which you are taking admission to Adamus University, right? So discipline is a core field of the study. So if you are trying to understand the concerns of the world, or if you're trying to look at a particular perspective where more than two disciplines or two disciplines are coming, it becomes multidisciplinary, or it also becomes interdisciplinary, as I'll show you in a while from now. So it is beyond the traditional discipline and beyond the practices which the traditional disciplines have given to us, right? So sometimes people also call it meta discipline, right? Or the multiple disciplines, when they come together, they give you a different kind of learning altogether. So that is the important factor right now. So multidisciplinary teaching can open students' eyes. This is very important for me, because this is how I would like my students to be learning in the classroom. It's important that the students remove their blinkers from the eyes and look at the different subjects the way, from the perspective of the future, and the way they had never considered it before. So what makes a multidisciplinary student stand to the employer is the rich view of the world that they develop. Because the employers of the future, or the industries of the future, they also want that some people should be there who can actually give a kind of holistic solution to the problems that the organization or that the context is facing, and not really from a single disciplinary perspective. Because the wide range of perspectives which the students with multidisciplinary perspective come, they and which they have encountered during their studies, the combination of subject areas that they have studied could offer more flexible career options. So you could be a mechanical engineer, but since you are also dealing with the energy processes, or you are also dealing something in the area of sociology, you could be a mechanical engineer having sensitivities of the social problems, particularly with particularly with the people of the multiple disability. Unfortunately, if they are suffering, then you could bring your knowledge of mechanical to create a more inclusive world for the people, right? So this becomes a different kind of career options. World is no more looking at the traditional career options. Of course, they are there, they will be there, but the new age career options require a different kind of training of the mind and different kind of skills that comes with this multiple, this kind of career choices. Studying more than one subject, therefore, helps you to develop important transferable skills, which are continually developing at all the stages of life. Professor Navin Das was talking about lifelong learning. Now, this lifelong learning is nothing but you update yourself, your left and right side of the brain, you update your knowledge, you update your assimilation skills, you update everything, right? And then you keep on gaining new and new skills about which I'm going to be talking tomorrow to all of you. So, which is continuously developing at all stages of life. So, in the present times, I think this lifelong learning has gained so much of importance in our lives that it has become a continuous learning process. Why? Because the world is giving you those kind of opportunities and challenges all the time. So, multidisciplinary learning, from my perspective, and I'm sure of all of you will agree, it's an art and a modern day craft. I look at it from that perspective, right? It combines or involves several academic disciplines. You could look at maths with music. And in fact, I'm sure many of you know the notations of the music. Now, notations of the music, whether instrumental or vocal, are actually nothing but the formula of the maths in which in that manner they are written or expressed, right? So somebody who is a composer, he creates those kind of mathematical notations in a very rhythmic manner. So a good mathematician also could be a very good musician, or vice versa. In fact, some of the best scientists of the world, including our own president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was one of the greatest Veena player, right? This is how their brains function. So it combines or involves several academic disciplines or professional specializations in an approach to a topic or a problem. It brings together a number of ideas and perspectives from across different disciplines, and therefore may be able to offer alternative ways of addressing at issue or problem, right? You know, the world is getting urbanized. In fact, according to an estimate by World Economic Forum or other international organizations, they say that by 2030, 65% of the world would be living in the urban areas. Now, as the urbanization increases, it also puts lots and lots of pressure on the urban management itself. We already have started launching the smart city project, and urban waste management is something which is coming as a huge, a humongous kind of responsibility and a challenge to all of us. Now, what do we do with that kind of situation where urbanization is something which is coming to us as an irreversible process, but waste management is something which is also facing us in our, in front of us. So there's a new concept called circular economy, which has been coming to us as a kind of solution. So how do you create economic value by recreating the waste in such a manner or reusing the waste in such a manner that the waste management happens along with the economic benefit? Now you can see how many disciplines have I touched already, right? This is the fascination of understanding the things from multiple perspectives, and this is how we address the situation or issue or a problem we are facing day in day out. The concerns of the world today are, we want more sustainable and innovative solutions, and multidisciplinarity provides an opportunity to identify new innovative solutions to a particular situation, right? I have just talked about fossil fuel, and all of you, I'm sure, you know about the challenges the world is facing because of the depleting resources. The fossil fuel, America's and US's, Russia, they're already looking at the shale reserves. But all these are very unsustainable usage of the energy that we have at our disposal. So what is sustainable then? Sustainable is the alternative usage of the alternative energy. So you have solar, you have electricity being produced by the alternative sources of energy. How do you use this particular thing for your smart city transport system, right? Now, if we are talking about those, we know that we are talking about Tesla's electric vehicle, and so many companies have come out with their own versions of electric vehicle and all. You just need a charger somewhere, and then you are ready to clock in for 100 next 100 kilometers, right? Now, this is a kind of sustainable solution that we are looking at. And this is just one example of what I'm talking about. There are hundreds and hundreds of examples. Point is, somebody who is thinking about it must be having a different kind of mindset. Now, this mindset actually comes from multidisciplinary mindsets, and that is something Adamus is committed to. And we would want that our students, through the various opportunities that we are going to be providing to you, and I'm going to be discussing some of it with you, is you become solution oriented, who are innovative people and who can provide the sustainable solutions to the world. That is why I call it modern day craft and an art. I think multidisciplinarity is not only something that we do in the classroom or the university, right? We are looking at a situation where the universities, and Adamus is definitely in the forefront of that kind of university system, where the future socio-technocrats have to be produced. Why? Because multidisciplinarity is significant for the future, and the social technocrats are the people who are going to be the saviors of the of the society and the world and country and all these people, right? So this is very important for us. If you see that particular box out there, which has several words, interdisciplinary, integrative, multifaceted, versatile, etc., etc., these are the different myriad kind of explanations or different kind of meanings or synonyms of something I call multidisciplinary, right? Each having its own pace, rhythm, and understanding. So you could be looking at all these kind of terms and phrases to understand how in how many ways we can talk about multidisciplinary learning, right? So it basically, why we should have this multidisciplinary perspective, because as I said a little while ago, it provides a better worldview and a fresh perspective. So somebody who has been giving you a kind of conventional solutions all the time has all of a sudden, you see that there's a new kind of solution which is coming your way, and this you think is much better solution, and it's a different perspective altogether. It provides a real time and real world approach. I said we are living in the VUCA times, right? VUCA times comes to you with a real time problem, and the real time problems require a real time solutions also. The problems of modern day require multidisciplinary mindset. Multidisciplinary efforts always bring forth better synergies and strength, and much more than that, at the level of the human resources. Whenever you join an organization, the organization's attempt would be to create the team of a multidisciplinary nature. So all the engineers or the computer science graduates who will be passing out, or for that matter, the people who are having their education in law or political science or sociology or public policy, you join an organization, so you don't only work with the mechanical engineers or electrical engineers, right? There's a team which actually has people from various disciplines. Now, this is created consciously and deliberately to bring in new perspectives and identify innovative solutions to a particular situation. Now, think of a factory, or think of a situation. Think of an organization which creates your iPhones, Apple, right? I mean, iPhones are there. Now, iPhone team actually is a multidisciplinary team. They look at different aspects of that particular iPhone, and then they want to create something which is coming to us as iPhone 13. Look at Tesla's electric vehicles, look at anything for that matter, right? And there's so many examples I'm going to be talking to you. Provides opportunities for their collaborative learning and application. So more, the wider your knowledge system is, from an interdisciplinary or metadisciplinary perspective, you gain more and more confidence and respect as a problem solver, not only problem solver, but also somebody who's providing sustainable solutions to the problems of the world. Now, this is very important for all of us, right? So you get opportunities of collaborative learning and application. And that's why I keep saying, your future classmate could be an artist or an engineer. It's possible, it's very much a possibility that uh, while you would be doing your forensic science here, or you would be doing your biotechnology, somebody from the law background who has done his LLB has come to do something with you in your classmate, in your class, or somebody who wants to do a coding, and he is sitting with somebody who is trying to do sociology because he would like to look at the combination of his background in the past and future possibilities by combining these kind of things, right? So it's very much a possibility that we are looking at a different kind of technology and automation by 2030. In fact, this particular data is coming to us from various sources, which says that new technologies and automation to replace some 20% of the existing job and impact work activities of another 60%. The honorable vice chancellor suggested yesterday, while he was making this presentation, he said that multiple jobs to be done by multiple people is all going to be impacted because there's going to be one single technology which will be able to take care of everything. And assimilation of knowledge from various sources is going to be there. Now, you all know about integration of robotics in medicine science. The point is, technology is going to be there in all aspects, and medicine science definitely is going to be incorporating that. So, can the doctors or can the medical education then say that we are not going to look at the robotics as a new knowledge system? I'm sure they're going to be incorporating and changing the curriculum to also include knowledge of technology and machine and robotics into their framework so that a doctor becomes a new age doctor, right? Same thing can happen with the students who are doing technology. So you have something called, where biology and technology is coming together for a technology person. So robotics, a sub branch of or mechanical engineering, right? And so many of you are going to be student of that. If you are also told about the biomedical sciences, then you become a better engineer because then you will be able to use your technology from the other person's perspective, other problems perspective. Many new types of jobs and the job contracts will be created as a consequence of automation and changing societal values, such as the increased desire for autonomy and improved work-life balance. It's going to be a different world altogether. You know that the manufacturing units are all getting automated, right? There's so much of automation happening, so much of uh, robotics is being used, artificial intelligence is being used in the organizations. We always say that at some point of time, the artificial intelligence is going to be determining the HR, the human resources backdrop of a particular organization. Does it mean that the HR will be no more of relevance? It is not like that. The only thing is that everything needs to be updated as far as the knowledge is concerned, and then it works at a different rhythm and a different pace altogether. So the challenge facing society will not be necessarily unemployment, but availability of workers with the necessary skills needed for a new economy that will be shaped by these technologies. One forecasts a slimmer employed workforce, but a rising demand for independent workers with new and relevant skills. So, what are these new age skills? Is critical thinking, self management, adaptability to the various domains of knowledge, and capacity to work with various diverse team, analysis and problem solving of a very different nature, and synthesis of ideas. Now, this is something which is very important. Adamus is putting the best foot forward in training the students and ourselves also into this multidisciplinary learning. So, what are the opportunities that we have here? We have inter and multidisciplinary projects, which is embedded in the curriculum itself. So, it's part of our curriculum that, along with your core disciplines or your major or your specialization, the credit will also be accrued through the multidisciplinary projects, which is coming as a combination of two or many schools, right? This is something which is very unique feature of this organization, this institution, academic institution, and we, the professors, and sometimes the students, we also come out with a very, very multidisciplinary kind of study curriculum and projects. Second thing is, as Professor Das was mentioning, we have inter-school minors. Now, it's possible that somebody who is doing law, BA LLB or BSc LLB or BCom LLB, also wants to do something in the area of forensics, which is taken care in another school, right? So while he pursues his BSc LLB, he does a kind of minor in forensics from School of Science. And then he is charting a different kind of job option for himself, because these kind of combinations is something or are something which the world requires. It could be vice versa also, right? Somebody who is doing forensics also does a kind of course in journalism, because you do not have many people with this right kind of scientific knowledge who are there in the field of journalism, right? So there are several kind of majors and minors which are possible in this university. Something which my colleague Miss Monica is going to be talking to you after a while is about the LinkedIn learning opportunities. So I'm not going to be talking in detail about this. She will be explaining to you about this. But then we have inter, multi, and transdisciplinary thinking and mentoring. So professors and faculty members also will encourage you to do this kind of thinking, which takes you, which helps you to specialize in your discipline, but at the same time also makes an effort so that you go beyond the discipline and also understand the other disciplines perspective. So multidisciplinary projects as assignments are also given. Many assignment opportunities will be there. Your term paper will be there. Your assignments of the subject will be there. So we will see to it that your projects and assignments are also multidisciplinary. Inter-school modeling is going to be there. Multidisciplinary field application opportunities. So field work is something which is embedded as a kind of curriculum, right? Right from the first semester till the last semester till you are here. So since field applications are going to be there, and fields do not come with the unilinearity in the domain of the discipline, it necessarily has to be multidisciplinary, right? Which is very important for all of you. So Edge Adamus University, and this is towards the fag end of my presentation, I want to take you through some of the examples of multidisciplinary project. The knowledge of the core and multidisciplinary application is very important. The idea is to make the world a better place. These are some of the examples which I have tried to touch upon. And I just hope that in the 4 years or 3 years of your journey with Adamus University, you gain more and more benefit out of these kind of combinations. And this is just few of them. So psychology and law is something that comes as a very good example of multidisciplinary learning. Forensics and computer science, law and forensics, using technology for larger social inclusion. You know that somebody who suffers from multiple disabilities, one is deaf, blind, and muted, right? How does the technology mainstream him so that he doesn't feel any kind of social exclusion? So can you design a device for that person who can cross the road very easily, or who can cook the same kind of food at home wherever, by using separate kind of gadgets. Now, that's where the sociology and technology comes very strongly there. Agriculture and economics, biotechnology and law, history, archaeology, and geography. I'm sure you have gone to various places of historical importance or archaeological importance. Some of you would have visited, Harappan civilization locations and all. Now, one of the methods of history, ancient history and archaeology, is that they use the technology to find the contours of a particular place, of a particular site, which needs to be excavated. So once they know the contours and once they know the topography of that place, then on selection of the sampling basis, they basically excavate only that particular area to show to the world that this was the civilization. So whether this is Mohenjo-daro, whether this is Lothal, or whether this is Kalibangan, whether this is Kaligadi, all these kind of places, they have used the technology very profoundly in the area of history and archaeology to understand how the civilization existed, right? The modeling and all is possible. Geography is a subject which has become so technically sound subject. Lots of GIS technologies are being used. So if you were to look at the problems of the depleting water resources, underground water resources, and which is actually a painful realization at this point in time, it's a painful reality. And government of India is trying to make policies as to how to ameliorate the situation. Now, how does one find out about the underground water and all those kind of things? We keep on reading such kind of things. Sometimes, sometimes when you take out the water, which is so deep inside, and then you just want to find out the age of the water, you need to take that water to for carbon C testing, and then you know that this is 5,000-year-old water. The point is, this understanding of the water being so old, obviously you would not like to put into the regular or traditional agricultural practice. Again, so many disciplines coming together. I just talked to you about Tesla's electric vehicle and the design aspects there, robotics and medical sciences, and the list is endless. The point is, why I'm telling you all these kind of things, because all these kind of things already exist. You need to, or we will work along with you so that you develop this temperament about going beyond the disciplines and looking at the world in a different manner. Now, let me just give you some of the illustrations. Like this particular figure is something to talk about legal psychology. It's another very profound field which is coming up. So all those law graduates can actually look at this cross section of the disciplines. This is something where the technologies are trying to mainstream the creating the social inclusion. Biotechnology is something where law becomes a very important subject because you need to understand about the patents, right? So biotech and biotechnology and patent. You know about computer forensics, how in forensic science, in how many ways you can use computer science, or while doing your computer science, if you take a if you take forensics as minor, how it is going to be helping you in so many ways. You know about the law and the science, usage of science. You know about economics and agriculture. You have to understand about the design aspect, the technology aspect, all the aspects of this machine called electric vehicle, right? You know about history. I just told you about the history, archaeology, geography, and you also know about the technology by which you can look at some of the sites, right? You know about geocadastral mapping to understand the issues of urban planning or geography per se, right? You know about medicine science and how technology has been embedded. So here's a robot who is holding stethoscope in the hand, and one is trying to understand. There have been many examples where some robot was actually trying to address the press briefing, right? Now, if that is the situation where the robots are not the human beings on certain issues can address the press briefing, then that is the future of inter and multidisciplinary learning. You know about smart city project of Government of India, very important policy decision just to take care of the growing pace of the urbanization. But point is, you need to have artificial intelligence usage in understanding how the cities of the future can be planned without demolishing the existing structure, at the same time creating a fabulous superstructure by using artificial intelligence, right? This is something called behavioral finance. So all those people who are taking admission in economics or MBA or psychology or sociology, if you go beyond your disciplines, you actually arrive at this cross section. Now, this is typical interdisciplinary kind of learning. You know about this machine, right? This is supposed to be cleaning the houses. This is a bot, right? It is supposed to be using. People are supposed to be using this so that when everybody in the house is out for some kind of employment, somebody is taking care of cleaning the house. So this is something where again technology, sociology, everything comes together. Now, this is very interesting illustration of something called ethnomusicology. So somebody who is an anthropologist and also has a very keen ears for music is working in the cross section of ethnic music and just trying to understand how those musics can survive the test of the time, right? This is not folk music. This is going beyond that. With these words, I welcome you to the fascinating world of multidisciplinarity. Point is, when I say this, Adamus University has a different way, very unique way of helping you imbibe those values of multidisciplinarity. And my colleague, Ms. Monica Claire, is going to be explaining to you one such method of LinkedIn learning. So with these words, I thank you all for being part of this particular session, and I invite my colleague, Ms. Monica Claire, to make her presentation on multidisciplinarity and the opportunities that LinkedIn learning provides. Once again, I must remind you that please register through the registration portal. The registrar of the university has already given you the processes of doing that. And second request is, please change your names as it appears in the screen, because then we will be able to identify you. And with these words, thank you very much. And Ms. Monica Claire is going to be presenting her part. Thank you.
Good morning, students. Thank you, Dr. Santosh, for providing us with such an in-depth knowledge of the multidisciplinary. With that, we would just like to take you through one of the options that we have. It is the LinkedIn Learning. Okay, so as Dr. Santosh has already informed everybody that, we at Adamus University, we believe that our learning is not only confined to the classrooms, but we go beyond that. And one of the tools that will help us is the LinkedIn Learning. So this basically is going to be more of a hands-on experience where we will tell you how you can access the LinkedIn Learning. An email and invitation to the LinkedIn Learning has already been sent to all of you, to all our students. So we would just request you that we know most of you have already activated your learning license, but for those who haven't, we will just very quickly take you through how to activate your license and how to access the LinkedIn Learning. Okay. So we are just going to browse to the LinkedIn website. One thing that is required is we must have a LinkedIn profile before we can access the LinkedIn Learning courses. So if you already have a LinkedIn profile, that's well and good. We simply sign into our LinkedIn profile. If we do not yet have a LinkedIn profile. So first, I would recommend that kindly create one LinkedIn profile using your personal email ID. So let's sign in. So here you're going to put your email ID by which you already have your LinkedIn account. And then we put our password and sign in. Over here, you will see that we have the dashboard of our LinkedIn Learning. On the right-hand side top, I would just request all of you, if you can follow the pointer, on the right-hand side top, there will be a learning icon. So we'll have to click on that learning icon, and we are there on the dashboard of our LinkedIn Learning. Over here in the LinkedIn Learning, we have almost 16,000 plus courses, which are skill-based courses that are used by the industry experts to upgrade their skills. Okay, so what we want to say over here is that this is an Adamus advantage that you have over here that none of probably in this region your peers would have of other universities, that Adamus provides our students with an access to the LinkedIn Learning, and that too at no extra cost. So for example, Dr. Santosh was talking about multidisciplinary. If I was a student of BA history, okay, and I have an interest in any other aspect, in any other discipline, maybe it could be music, even artificial intelligence. So what I could do is, I could log into my LinkedIn Learning. So I can search artificial intelligence over here. Any course that we want to search over here, we can, out of the 16,000 plus courses that we have. And these courses are broadly divided into 3 categories. One is the creative, the technology, and the business. So for example, like I just searched for the artificial intelligence. So this is one of the course, some of the courses that are relevant and are shown to me. I can browse to the course that I would like to have. And in this over here, if I could scroll down, what are the skills that I'm going to learn if I do this course? So the skill covers are machine learning and artificial intelligence. Similarly, there are going to be various skills of each and every course. For example, if I go for Power BI, Power BI is one of the upcoming courses that we have, the lines in the technology that we have. Over there, I'm going to learn the data analytics. I'm going to learn how to visualize, how to present the data. So these are the skills that you can see that you are going to learn by doing this course. And the courses are ranging from a bite-sized courses, from a very small size courses, maybe a 30-minute course to maybe a 30-hour course. Okay, so those are different courses that we can decide on our own what we want to browse and go. Since LinkedIn Learning has huge resources for the courses, our professors will help you identify a few of the courses. They will recommend the courses that are right for your skill development, that are apt for your aptitude, so that you can go through it. So once I have taken the course, there are small videos over here that the courses are divided into, and at the end there you can take some of the quizzes. How do we analyze that? Yes, I have taken this course, now let me take a quiz. Only then I'll be able to analyze that, what were my learnings and how I can apply them. After I have completed a course, so these courses are available to you. You can take them anytime that you want. So they are available with you on your desktop, on your laptops, or even on your mobile phones. You can access these courses anytime that you want. Once I am done with the course, okay, so what is next? What do I do? So every course has a certificate that we need to publish onto our LinkedIn profile. For example, if I have done this course in artificial intelligence foundations, machine learning, and how would the employers or even my peers come to know about it? So I will, after completing this course, I will publish the certificate that I receive onto my LinkedIn profile, and these skills would automatically get added over here. So you would know in the earlier times when a student or any person is going to go for a job, okay, how would they put forward that these are my skills, this is my CV? Nowadays, all the professionals, most of the professionals on the entire world, they use LinkedIn Learning to network, to showcase their skills. And the employers, even employers, when they are searching for the right candidate for their jobs, they are doing it through LinkedIn Learning. So for example, if I was an employer and I am looking for a specific role that I need to fill up. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn Learning and I'm going to search for those skills. Now, how does it help you? If you had already done few of those courses and those skills were already added to your profile, so your chances are great. Your chances are beyond the other students, that are there in the other universities, that you already have those skills and you are going to be there in the top few searches, that you have the visibility that the employer can search you and they see that you have already done few courses, and these are the skills that you already have gained. So it increases your chances. So this is what LinkedIn Learning is all about, that we do not want our students just to be caged only to the classrooms, but as Dr. Santosh said, that in this world of 21st century connected world, we must keep on upgrading our skills and be available, that our skills are available to the employers so that they can see we have a visibility. So this will increase. So only at Adamas that you will have this opportunity that we are providing to our students at no extra cost by the LinkedIn Learning. So with that, I would just like to quickly take you through few slides that we have over here.
She has to speak.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. So over here, and we say that, as we just said, that we want our students to learn beyond the curriculum. So this is where the LinkedIn Learning comes into the picture. This is an opportunity that we provide to our students. Okay, and we have already gone through that while LinkedIn Learning, we want our students to be future ready, to be job ready, by getting the right skills that those are in the trend and are required by the industry. And those courses that are there on the LinkedIn Learning are developed and are delivered by the industry experts. So be rest assured you are in the best of the hands. And what else do we have? As we just said, that we have over 16,000 plus courses on the LinkedIn Learning that you can browse through. And the list goes on, right from the soft skills to the photography, to the data analytics. There are many aspects that you can explore and you can go through. Like what we can learn, as we said, that we have three broad categories: technology, business, and creative skills. And that again, at no extra cost, you can download the LinkedIn Learning app on your mobile and you can access it anytime that you want. So these are just the few categories that we have laid down over here. Although it is a sea full of knowledge that we have, our professors, as we just said, since it may become overwhelming for you, that we have so many courses, our professors are going to help you to recommend courses that are relevant for your skill. But you yourself can also go ahead and explore the courses that are taught by best-in-class industry experts. All right. And then we have the Adamus advantage over here, that we want our students not to be job ready, not to prepare for any job at the last semester, at the end of their course, but we want you to be prepared from the day one that you are here at Adamus. And as just said, that our professors are going to be there with you throughout, with our curriculum, and also this basically comes under the blended learning. Tomorrow, you are also going to have one more session on the blended learning where more information will be shared with you. And once we do our courses with our professors, in addition to the LinkedIn courses, we gain new skills, and then we post those certificates onto our professional LinkedIn network so that we are visible to the employers, and also we are building on our skills. So we establish our online presence, our professional online presence. And we have just gone through a demo how to use LinkedIn Learning. Let me once again very quickly take you through. You first need to have a LinkedIn profile. If you do not have a LinkedIn profile, kindly go ahead and create it. Number two, you have received an email invitation from the Adamus University to activate your free LinkedIn Learning license. Kindly do that. Then we log into our LinkedIn Learning, and then we browse through the courses. We go through the courses at our own pace. We complete the courses, take the quizzes. We post our certificate onto our LinkedIn profile, and then our skills get added from day one, and we keep on building our LinkedIn profile. So at the end, before I hand over again to Dr. Santosh Kumar, we would just like to say that this is an open sea of learning at Adamus University. Turn your curiosity into knowledge. You are free to search any courses and gain any expertise that you have at Adamus. Thank you. Happy learning.
So with these words, friends, we are signing off, and thank you for being there with us. I'm sure you would have lots and lots of questions, but and I'm sure when once we have you on all the people in the campus, we'll be able to answer all your questions in detail. We all are committed to your multidisciplinary learning. LinkedIn just one of the things that we are doing with you. While we sign off, let me tell you that the next session is going to be equally very interesting, and this is going to be introducing you to the Adamus University clubs, which will also be another way of multidisciplinary mindsets. So thank you all, and best wishes to all of you. Thank you. So friends, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you the next speaker of the day. I'm very happy to introduce to all of you my colleague, Dr. Arindam Mitra. He is going to be talking to all of you about the clubs at the Adams University, and he, along with many other colleagues, will be talking to you about various activities, various fun-filled, knowledge-based, and perspective-building activities in which these clubs are engaged at this point in time. And this is all an ecosystem in which we are functioning. So it's not a simple club activity where you have to spend some time. I please do not consider it from that perspective. This is actually an integrated part of your learning system at Adamus. So over to you, Dr. Arindam Mitra, and all the best, friends.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Hello and welcome to this afternoon session. I'm Dr. Arindam Mitra, one of the moderators in this session. And here in this session, we'll be covering various co-curricular activities, which is conducted by various co-curricular clubs of Adamus University. The co-curricular clubs give students a platform to pursue their own creative interest along with their academics. Activities of these clubs facilitate collaboration and friendship among students. These clubs also develop leadership and organization skills among students while fostering holistic development. We'll start with the Environment Club, which will be introduced to you by Dr. Indrani Ghosh. Over to you, Dr. Ghosh.
Thank you, Dr. Mitra. A warm welcome to all the students and distinguished faculty members. I'm Dr. Indrani Ghosh, Assistant Professor in Environmental Science and Faculty Mentor of Environment Club, named as Nature Naturalists. Our club aims to empower students to participate and take up meaningful environmental activities and projects. It is a forum through which students can reach out to influence and engage others to promote a sound environmental behavior. Our club, as the name suggests, Nature Naturalists, is a group of concerned students and teachers who voluntarily committed to raise awareness about environmental issues and to reduce environmental impact as individuals and as a community. As a mentor of this club, I'm proud to say that we are trying to develop a way of thinking in the students that will enable them to make the world a better place. So yeah, I'm very glad to present glimpses of our activities organized by our club in the last 1 year in a short video presentation. Please have a look.
Hello everyone, good to see you all. This is Milan Shurjadip Pradas, a second year BSc Biotechnology student and the student coordinator of Nature Nurturers. I will be taking you to a roller coaster ride of 1 year, a journey which is full of activities and events. So fasten your seatbelts, sit tight and enjoy the video.
Being the coordinator, this was my first webinar session that I conducted on the topic, why should we save tigers? I had also conducted more sessions, but of course, I cannot mention everything at one go. Moving on to the next one is a kind of session that I really look up to. So this was an interactive session taken by our faculty mentors Dr. Indrani Ghosh and Dr. Prantik Banerjee on World Ozone Day. To give our members a different experience, we invited some of the eminent speakers, and believe me, listening to them was a great experience. Now these are some of the sessions conducted by our members. Now one thing to mention is that I cannot put everything at one go, but I tried to put the best ones. We had also organized competitions like the quiz competition and very recently the photography competition Photocon. The response from the photography competition was overwhelming, and these are the photographs of the winners. This session was very close to my heart because this event was the very first offline event of Nature Nurturers, which took place on 21st March 2021. Here are some of the pictures from the event. Here you see the members are really enjoying watching the birds, learning about the birds, learning about their behavior, and really enjoying the bird watching event. Now let's listen to two of our members who will share their valuable experiences with all of you.
Hello, I am Argo Mukherjee, a member of Nature Nurturers Club at MS University. As a member of this club, I can tell you that if you are a nature lover, you should join this club. There are lots of activities that are going on that you will find interesting. So if you are a nature lover, Nature Nurturers is the place.
Hello everyone, myself is Sukhanti Sahu, ex-coordinator of the Environmental Club Nature Nurturers. I am the coordinator of the academic year 2021. Unfortunately, I had to resign after that because of personal issues, but still now I am a member of the club. The club has taught me many things. I learned how to hold up responsibilities. I got an exposure to interact with new minds. Taking into account the virtual platform, the club has conducted nature sessions, presentations, quiz sessions, debate competition, photography competition, art competitions, and much more. So, nature lovers, you are most welcome to this club. You will enjoy being a part of it. Special thanks to our mentor, Dr. Indrani Ghosh, who supported us constantly for creative work.
Thank you for watching patiently. As I mentioned, it's a forum for students who can reach out to others and influence others to promote sound environmental behavior. I hope it was insightful enough to have an overall idea about our club and its activities. Now, the next club who is going to present is Quiz Club, and the faculty mentor is Dr. Arindam Mitra, to whom you have already introduced. Over to you, Dr. Mitra.
Thank you again for the lovely presentation and the introduction. I'm Arindam Mitra, faculty mentor of Quiz Club, as Inquisitive Minds. The objective of the Quiz Club is to develop an interest and create awareness among students in diverse topics of environment, science, constitution, politics, law, technology, arts, culture, sports, and many other timely and relevant topics. We believe that by participating in these club activities on diverse topics, the members can focus better in the studies and pursue excellence in their chosen field at Adamas University. Let's have a look at the video of the Quiz Club to help you decide.
Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens, gotta let go to see the magic.
Hello, my name is Nilanjan Chakraborty. I have completed my MSc in microbiology from Adamas University, and I was the former student coordinator of our quiz club from Adamas University, Inquisitive Minds. As a student coordinator of our quiz club, it was really an exciting journey, and I had a lot of fun organizing the quiz sessions for our fellow members. And especially it was really interesting when I conducted the sessions for the Adinova quiz competition for our annual functions. Our club mentor, Dr. Arindam Mitra, was really supportive, and he always guided me whenever I had trouble. The fellow members and fellow student coordinators, Swarna Shaw, were also very supportive, and we coordinated well to function our quiz club properly. All over, it was a really exciting journey, and I had a great time being a student coordinator of our quiz club. I would wish all the best to all the future members and future student coordinators. Thank you.
Quizzing is the art of the intellect General knowledge contributes to the personal enrichment and a better understanding of the world as a whole. The Quiz Club aims at identifying students and creating opportunities for them to sharpen their quizzing skills. The Quiz Club updates the students on various current affairs. We conduct quiz competitions on various occasions. According to Gandhiji, persistent questioning and healthy inquisitiveness are the first requisite for acquiring learning of any kind. Hello everyone, this is Shudip Tapal, pursuing BA 3rd SEM, School of Education, Adams University. It is a proud privilege on my part to be the student coordinator as I have experienced a lot of insights along with me. It helped me to gain the leadership qualities as I have organized a lot of quizzing sessions inside the quiz club. Moreover, the thirst of gaining knowledge about the varied areas has also filled my inquisitive traits. More importantly, the time management skills, communicative skills, soft skills, and interpersonal skills had modified and enhanced perfectly that will be of great use for my future growth perspective. The time to time guidance and suggestive views by our mentor sir Dr. Arindam Mitra has boosted my lack of knowledge and helped me to initiate members and motivate them so that the quizzing club gets the goal of accomplishing a good repute in as concert. I welcome you all heartily and hope you will have a fun-filled atmosphere over here and have a happy academic career for
Hello
future growth.
everyone, my name is Avantika Chakraborty. I'm currently pursuing BA LLB Honours from the School of Law and Justice, Adams University, Kolkata. Being a member of the Quiz Club of Adams University, I would like to mention that I have learned so many things regarding various topics, be it sports, be it entertainment, be it science and technology, be it anything. So it's very productive.
Hello everyone, I am Shomodip De. I am student of BLLB Honors. Well, talking about the experience of joining Quiz Club, well, it has been awesome. After a week full of lectures with familiar people, the quiz session gives us a period of joy, and we experience healthy competition among us. The quiz sessions and discussions help us to develop our general knowledge and makes us aware of the things going on around us. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the narrative of the club members of the Quiz Club. And now the Writers Club will be introduced by Professor Adrija Chattopadhyay. Over to you, Professor Chattopadhyay.
Thank you, sir. And hello, everyone. Welcome to Adams University. I am Adrija Chattopadhyay, faculty mentor of Writers Club, named as the Scribblers. Here, we are cherishing some of the talents who can express their feelings and emotions with the help of the words, as the words are mightier than the swords. So, if you have interest in composing something, please join our club to create and nourish the magic of words. Now, let's have a look on the activities of our club.
all, this is Moushumi Ganguly. I am a student of Adamus University, and guess what? I am also a member of Writers Club. We consider ourselves as scribblers because each and every day we scribble into our mind and gather our thoughts to create something new. Each and every day is a new beginning for us. So I feel proud to be a part of this club. Thank you.
Hello, I'm a student of Adamus University and a member of the Writers Club, the Scribblers. It isn't just a club, but a haven for everyone to pen their thoughts and feelings and create something beautiful.
To survive, you must tell stories, and to tell story, someone needs to write them. Well, being a second year student, I have witnessed a writer getting gradually implanted on every Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 at the Scribblers, the Writers Club of the Adamus University. We write to be heard, so be rebellious with your
Pen is mightier than the sword. You all must have probably heard this saying. Well, it's time to prove that the written word is much more ahead of powerful conflicts. So come, join hands and showcase your talents and skills and the love and passion for writing in the Scribblers Writers Club, Adamus University.
Hey everyone, I am currently a second year student at Adamus University and also a member of the Writers Club, which is known as the Scribblers. At our Writers Club, for now, we hold our discussions in online mode at Microsoft Teams due to the current ongoing pandemic. After the college reopens, we will hold our literary discussions at whatever place is assigned to us, and there we will create our own little world of self-expression and creativity. I hope that we all meet very, very soon.
Heard a lot about Writers Club. Now it's your turn to join it. To join, you can mail your mentor or you can contact any of the club representatives or club coordinator.
এসব বালচাল
Now it's
পড়ে
your
যাচ্ছে
turn to join it and enrich your writing skills. Thank you.
Our next club is Adamus Biotechnology Club, and the name of the faculty mentor is Dr. Manoj Kumar Singh. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. I am Dr. Manoj Kumar Singh, faculty mentor, Adamus Biotechnology Club. A very warm welcome to all of you. Adamus Biotechnology is a perfect platform to implement your innovative ideas in the field of life science and biotechnology, especially in environmental biotechnology and rural biotechnology. So let's see a short video of our Adamus Biotechnology Club, which showcases our activities and achievements. So let's see the video.
Our club is by the students, of the students, and for the students. We at Adamus Biotechnology Club strive to think more differently, and most importantly, we wish to have fun while still being in sync with our academics and studies. We understand that even small ideas can cause a great impact, so we encourage our students to go for more imaginativeness and to learn and understand more by organizing several events and lecture sessions or talk sessions in the online platform.
This club also encourages students to participate in state as well as national level competition. I participated in the YES Summit in the last month and won the first prize in the IT and innovation category.
My name is Kishan Lalbera. I recently graduated from Adamus University. I'm also the co-founder and former coordinator of Adamus Biotechnology Club. Over here, we do not follow orthodox forms of pedagogy. Over here, students come, submit their ideas into the table, and we form something new out of it. I really hope this club will reach greater heights, and these things will help you in future to get good universities. Like in my case, I'm pursuing my master's from Sheffield Hallam University, UK.
We all learn here through our experience and brainstorm. Along with it, the club boosts our confidence, our decision-making abilities, and our presence of mind and aptitude, preparing us to face the world ahead.
In every session of ours, we hosted several interesting quizzes and talk sessions. We hosted a murder mystery solving competition, which, with a total of 104 participants, this was followed by Ideathon. We also engaged our very own pass-out students who got placed to talk about corporate life and tips to survive it. We invited our in-house faculty member, Dr. Arpita Das, and the founder of Vajra India Technologies, Mr. Saurabh Patel.
Our club organizes many interesting events such as quizzes, murder mystery types, and many interesting events.
I've been in this club since a year and I literally love it, this club.
My journey at Adamus Biotechnology Club has been an amazing one. I'm fortunate to have received such a great learning platform even outside our academic curriculum.
Hi, I am Antara Dalal.
Hi, I'm Nisha Burden.
We participated 5th ES Summit 2021 and got second place in the State Summit and finally become winner in the National Summit.
First of all, we would like to thank our faculty coordinator of the club, Dr. Manoj Kumar Singh, who always guides us in every event and meeting and also is a great source of morale boost. Next, we would like to thank our core committee members who tirelessly work day and night to improve the club. Next, we would like to thank our highly esteemed faculty members. I want to thank our Dean, Dr. Rudra Prasad Saha sir, for always being in touch with the club. We would also like to thank our Dean of Student Affairs, Shauli ma'am. And last but not the least, we would like to give a special thanks to our Honorable Chancellor, Sir Professor Samit Ray.
Hope you enjoyed the video. And the next club, we will be moving to Tanmay sir, who will be introducing painting, photography and sculpture club.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are doing well. This is Tanmay Samanto. I am the faculty mentor of Artism Club. So, this is the club for painting, sculpture, and photography. So, club is an association of people united by a common interest or goal. Our main goal is communication development through visual arts like photography, painting, sculpture, illustration, digital drawing, etc. So if you have talent, then you can join our club to showcase your work. If you want to know more about these things, then you can also join our club to develop your skill from the mentor, coordinators, and expertise. So let's see our program video. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tanmay Samanto. I am the faculty mentor of Artism Club. So Artism is not only the photography club, there are two things more, painting and sculpture.
I'm Rupa Jana, the club coordinator of Artism. I'm doing my bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication from Adamus University, and I welcome you all to join the Artism club.
I'm Raka Hajra. I'm currently studying BSc Geography 3rd semester, and I'm also a coordinator of Artism Club. Our club Artism mainly focus on visual arts like painting, photography, and sculpture. We encourage individuals to come up with new ideas and explore their hidden talents.
Hello, I am Sabir Alam, former student of Adamus University from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, and I was the coordinator of Artism Club. So 3 things I like to say about Artism Club. First of all, it's creative. Second is learning new things, and third one is exploring individual skill sets or talents, as you can say.
Hello everyone, this is Ayan Das from BBA Honors 2nd year. So if you want my honest feedback about Artism Club, then I joined here as a photographer with the very basic skills, but with the time I came up to know more about photography. My performance became more advanced And day by day also I'm learning and gathering various aspects of skills.
Guys, I am Shayan Tikada, a third semester student from School of Education at Amos University. I am a member of Artism Club, a club where we showcase our talents pertaining to photography, then painting, drawing, and sculpting. Being a sculptor myself, I got a huge platform in the form of Artism Club to showcase my different kinds of works, my talents as well. And it also acts as a source of inspiration by seeing others' works, how talented people I have in my university with me.
I am Dipanvita Roy from Geography Department in 3rd semester. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to our Artism Club. Painting is the most interesting thing to do and people usually like to do and enjoy it a lot. In our club, we conduct classes on various topics related to painting and forms such as mandala painting, digital painting, abstract art and many more.
Hey guys, I'm Shubhadeep Shah. I am from Artism Club and currently I am doing bachelor's degree in BSc Media Tech in Adamas University. So I joined this club for photography and painting purpose. So I learned from this to this. Okay, so no more talk, let's see my work. Okay, so basically I am doing novel photography and here some of my works and here's the details.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. So come and join with us. Our next club is Book Club and the faculty mentor is Ognibo sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful presentation. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Adamas University family. My name is Ognibho Banerjee. I am the faculty mentor of the book club. We call ourselves the Inklings. At the Inklings, our objective is to inculcate in young minds a love for reading by making reading fun. Without further ado, let us take a look at our club video where we detail all the activities of the club. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Debraj and I am a student of English Language and Literature from the School of Liberal Arts and Cultural Studies at Adamas University. I am also one of the student coordinators for the book club named The Inklings, and I'll be discussing about the objectives. Speaking of the objectives at The Inklings, we strive to inculcate the formative years developing a hobby of reading which will remain and evolve throughout our lives. Secondly, and furthermore, we also want to establish an atmosphere with which diverse and open intellect for discussing various books throughout the world across the various genres it has to offer. Lastly, but not the least, as our motto states, to make reading fun, my friend and fellow coordinator Basundhara will guide you through the activities that it has to offer.
I am Basundhara, student of Adamas University, Department of English Language and Literature, and the student coordinator of the Inklings, your very favorite book club. As previously one of my classmates Debraj has promised, we won't make reading as serious as you think it to be. Instead, our idea of reading is it should be free from all the monotonous operations of life. So, let us take you through the lucid ideas which we have planned for our Inklings. Firstly, we will conduct lively debates and discussions when we read together. Secondly, we will participate in international forums and reading groups through our mentors' allies in countries like London and New York. Last but not the least, for there is always another book to read and there is always another page to turn, we will collab with the other clubs of Adamas University like the dance club, the music club or the drama club. And we will make our favorite stories live through dance, music and art. Also, we are going to recreate our favorite stories. So, what are you waiting for? This is a free invitation to all of you to join the Inklings, our very favorite book club.
Hello all, this is Shayan Chattopadhyay from the Department of English, Adamas University, and I'm here to introduce you all to the very initiation called National Liberal Discussions. It is an initiation taken by the book club, and we aim to restore the very culture of Sahitya Charcha, the very exploring of books, as many as possible. We have been exploring books and culturing literature from over 1.5 years now. We have already conducted 18 sessions with extremely diligent scholars, readers, lovers of books, stories, and we have been connecting over 68 universities from the day we began. We have also connected 18 states and over 40 cities just through this initiation, and we believe that will be a part of your life as well, and you on the vice versa will be a part of this initiation. So thank you and welcome to the book club.
So I hope you enjoyed that presentation. Over to Dr. Ghosh. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manager. So we have reached to the end of the session 1 of club activities. As the famous proverb says, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. But this is not true for our students, because our students in Adamas are very fortunate to get the opportunity to pursue their hobbies through these club activities. It is like a meaningful, effective break from study so that they can energize themselves again to continue this journey. So till now you have been introduced with 6 clubs, and now the other 5 clubs will be presenting in this platform. So without much ado, I request Ms. Shudipa Chakraborty, who is a faculty mentor of Entrepreneurship Club, to take the charge. Over to you, Shudipa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Indrani ma'am. I heartily welcome all the young minds to yet another session of Forceps 2021 regarding the club activities. I'm Shudipa Chakraborty, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering and Head Faculty Mentor, Entrepreneurship Club. And I do strongly believe that from the previous sessions, you have understood that the clubs do play a vital role in the entire college life. Let's look into some more exciting offerings which will enrich your experience in Adamas University and help you create a diverse community. Get registered with any of the clubs and witness an amalgamation of all the amazing and creative talents that are hidden within you. Next 30 minutes, the faculty mentors of the respective clubs will let you enjoy a joy ride where you will come to know the nuances of Entrepreneurship Club, Empathy Club, Robotics Club, CrossFit Club, and the last but not the least, the Kissewala Club. Here I am to present to you a very small presentation regarding what we are doing at the Entrepreneurship Club. It is for the all-round development of the students to enrich their knowledge in the entrepreneurship. E-Club provides a lot of opportunities in the form of competitions and workshops and ignite the spark within you, the interest present within you to create a startup, to hone your skills. We aim to nurture the budding entrepreneurs and to utilize their skills and knowledge and obviously come up with new ideas. Create a network and leverage that network for your life. Moving on to the next slide, I will show you who are with me in my team. I have with me Shashwato, the student coordinator, Devapom, another student coordinator, and Anubhuti and Onkar, looking after the PR relationships and the social media management of Entrepreneurship Club. Moving on next, let's see how the Entrepreneurship Club works at Adamas University. So this is it, where you register with us in your very first year of your studies, and you take the joyride to build up your own startup, your own dream. Learn to implement, learn from the global experts regarding entrepreneurship, regarding creating your startup and converting your ideas into business, so that at the end of your studies, your degree, you are coming out as a seasoned entrepreneur, and we help you to launch your business by connecting you to the angel investors and venture capitalists. Moving on next, let's see what we are doing. We are helping you to build your network. We help you to learn and engage through different activities. We help you to create your own venture. Moving on next, you can work on live projects from startups across the country, and that will boost your confidence further to launch your own company. Next, please. So let's see the success stories that we are offering. So this 2021 witnessed the Mohammad Sheikh Naeem, one of the representative of Entrepreneurship Club, grabbing the second runner-up prize in Adinova competition, the business plan competition, Bizonova. Our students have qualified for the Young Entrepreneurship Summit, state level, as well as national level. Our student from CSE department have came up with a beautiful YouTube channel, and we are proud to cover him in one of the leading newspapers in the country. We have grabbed many prizes from Smart 50, which is a joint venture from the Government of India and IMCIP Calcutta. Next, moving forward, let's see what's there in store for you while you join us. So the event calendars goes like Bizonova, we have completed, Yes Summit 2021, it's done. And the latest competition that we hosted was the logo making competition, which the topic was agriculture. And trust me, while you join the club, many more are yet to be offered from the Entrepreneurship Club team members. Moving ahead next, we have the webinars. Like you can see, it's all about self-development to team building to the latest, the hot kicks where you can really come up with your own startup. And then there is innovation and design thinking in collaboration with Robotics Club of Adams University. We have in store for you a businessman competition to be hosted in the month of November 2021, and the grand competition Adamus cohort, which has been planned in January 2022. And yet again, I will say there's a lot more to come. Let's hear from what the coordinator has to speak. Okay, so I think there was some technical glitch with the video. So once you join, you will hear from the club coordinators what they have to speak about the club. Thank you for listening to us. And don't forget to like our page, that is facebook.com/eClubAdamus. Over to Empathy Club for the further journey. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Jili Das Tiwari. I'm the faculty mentor of CSR Empathy Club. From planting trees to helping create social and mental health awareness, the CSR club activities covers all the range, the full range. The following video, which I'm going to present to you now, will showcase the highlights, the highlights of the activities which is done by our student mentors.
Hello everyone, my name is Biru Nayak. I am from Education Department of Adamas University and I am also the coordinator of the CSR Club Empathy. From the beginning I am with this club. The main motto of this club is volunteerism, conserving nature and philanthropy. The social responsibility is not only physical assistance, it's psychological help too. Nowadays, the second one is more important, the necessary for the health of the society. The global impression based on this platform, we have to plan, execute our thoughts, better attachments with their alma mater and later with the society itself to achieve a favorable society for everyone with peace, harmony, sheltering judgmental notions and by eradicating racism. So these are the main mottos of our club also. Thank you all.
The brain is just an organ, but the mind is a very complex thing for many of us. We at CSR Club not just believe, we try to incorporate everything that would heal and nurture every mind with love, optimism, and hope. We also have a specially dedicated team for the purpose of peer mediation that is meant to address the mental health issues in young adults like us. You know what our topmost priority is? Maintaining good and healthy relationships and strong bonding among each other. Thus, beyond the boundaries of formalities, yet maintaining the decorum of the club, our members continue to work like a team and support each other like a friend. Thus, for every club session or event conducted, our club successfully continues to spread the message of empathy for all. Thus, I, Brati Chakraborty, takes immense pride and joy in being the club coordinator of such a wonderful club. And I sincerely wish to see our CSR Club family extend and spread positivity wherever we go.
Thank you so much. Now I'm handing over to Panita ma'am, the next class club coordinator.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are all doing well. And I am the faculty mentor of Robotics and AI Club. My name is Rupanita Das Mohapatra ma'am from School of Engineering and Technology at Adamas University. Basically, the robotics and artificial intelligence club students, they believe on project-based learning. So we do project. Now, what type of project we are doing, that we need to know, that we are having different category of robotics: manual, autonomous, and aerial vehicle drone. So before pandemic situation, students used to do the project. They come to the university, come to the club, and they do the experiments and they complete project. But during the pandemic situation, students attended so many online competitions like hackathon, technical fest provided by different government and private colleges, and they have got some prizes on that. So we are presenting a video from where you can see what are the event we have done, what are the activity we have already done before pandemic and during pandemic, and welcome note by the club coordinators. And we are having students coordinator from different school, and students from different school, they are all participated in this particular activity, and they have done so many project work, which one will be represented by the video. So thank to all of you. Now please watch the video.
Adamus Robotics and AI Club was founded on 28 November 2017. We are housed on the first floor of ECE block of Adamus University. The club initially started with only 7 members and is efficiently led by the students. Our club follows the full student policy of for the student, of the student, and by the student. We are devoted towards mentoring our members in the fields of robotics and AI and tackling real-life problems. The members get to learn as well as work in cutting-edge robotics projects. We perform outreach activities and organize different workshops for schools and colleges. It's in our motto to learn as well as spread. We prepare our members to take up research and development in the fields of robotics, path planning, IoT, AI, and associated fields.
In this pandemic situation, when the world has come to a standstill, we have kept on working in the online mode as well. We had recently organized an online inter-college hackathon event where 2 teams of our club have received the 2nd and 3rd positions respectively. We have also organized different webinars and workshops by some eminent people from the industry to make students aware of the current scenario in the industry. The 2020 batch of our club has been trained on a regular basis by the senior members of the club. We also organized a special online workshop for the school-going students to nurture their interest in the field of robotics and artificial intelligence. Our new coming members have continued the project works in this pandemic situation as well. Our motto has been to bring like-minded students under one roof to foster research and development in the field of engineering and technology. For the past 4 years, we have been working tirelessly to achieve our motto, and we shall continue doing so in the upcoming years.
As a senior member of this robotics club, I have spent quite a bit of time here. In this time, I have learned so many new things and made some projects with my friends. In this pandemic also, I have made some projects in my room.
As a newbie in this university, being a part of this club has helped me a lot. I have come to know about many things in the fields of robotics and AI. The seniors have mentored us quite well, and now it is our turn to train our juniors, and I'm really looking forward to do so.
It really feels very good to be associated with this club. It's been almost 2 years now that I've been associated with the club, and right now I just want that we can go back to the normal offline mode and continue doing our project work in the club as a team, because that essence of doing the work as a team is really the thing that I'm missing right now. So till then, stay safe, stay home everyone, and thank you.
So thank you very much for watching the video, and you will be getting all the information from the different coordinators, how to join the club, all the informations you'll be getting. And now I am handovering the session to Navamita De ma'am for discussing about the CrossFit Club. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rupanita ma'am, for handing over the session to me. A very warm welcome to all my Adamites. I am the faculty mentor of CrossFit Health Club, and as far as the name of my club goes, it takes care of all the health, I mean mental and physical health issues. And we know how much it has become important in this pandemic era, and how much we need to speak up amongst us. So I have made a video for you to watch, and I have put all the glimpses of all the sessions which we have taken in this pandemic era. And I have two of my student coordinators. I hope you will be enjoying the video, and let's enjoy it.
A very warm welcome to all. I, Suman Sanki, am a student of B.Pharm from School of Medical Science. I am also the club coordinator of the CrossFit. The CrossFit, also known as the Advanced Health Club, focuses on both physical fitness along with the mental fitness for the betterment of the individuals.
Let's have a small view on the activities held previously. Hello, my name is Animesh Datta and I am a student of Bachelor's in Pharmacy 3rd year from School of Medical Science at Admas University, and I am the club coordinator of the CrossFit Health Club. So, we have made a presentation so that you can get a better idea about the club, CrossFit Health Club. So at the first, you can see the beautiful logo of our club, which contains postures of yoga, which resembles fitness, both physical and mental. In this slide, you can get all the contacts through which you can get all the help. Like we have our faculty mentor, Professor Navamita De, me, student coordinator Animesh Datta, and Shuman Sanki, also the student coordinator of the CrossFit Health Club. As each of us have some objectives in our life to achieve some goals in our life, in the same way, our club have some objectives to achieve its goal. Now, we mainly focus on mental fitness, personality development and hygiene apart from physical fitness. Then creating awareness about health issues, awareness about proper nutrition, which is really very important in our daily life, to promote mental health awareness through our club sessions and club activities. Now these 4 points are the major points which we focus in our club activities.
So in this slide you can see which type of activities we do in our club, that include laughter sessions, webinars, personality grooming, yoga session, basic counseling, interactive session, basic nutrition class and basic health checkup, etc. I know you all must be thinking, how can a health club have different sessions during this pandemic? So let us take you some glimpse of our previously done sessions. You can see here some screenshots. So as previously mentioned by Animesh, that we have launched an initiative during COVID-19 second wave named as Co-Warriors. During that we have collaborated with all 16 clubs of AU, and with help of them and the other self-help group, we able to help so many people Here you can see the logo of the couriers and some screenshot of our past records of couriers.
As you can see in the site that we have our many accounts over social media like in YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, where we regularly post many facts and ideas about how to be well, fit and mentally stable at the same time. We all are engaged with these pages very well, and these pages are all run by our club members only. Now, why would you choose the CrossFit Health Club? The CrossFit Health Club gives you an opportunity to meet new individuals, to create social interaction with everyone, to learn new skills, and to point out the club activities, to maintain both education and fitness at the same time, to gain experience and self-confidence, learn how to lead a beautiful and wonderful life. This is all from my side, and thank you for seeing this presentation.
Thank you all. See you soon. Till then, stay sharp, stay fit.
Thank you everyone for listening to our video, and hopefully you have understood what we have kept in the threshold for you. And now I would like to hand over the session to my next club coordinator, faculty coordinator, and she is the faculty coordinator of Film Club. So ma'am, please take over.
Hello, my dear students. So a very warm welcome to Adamas University. I am Novina Chakravarti, Assistant Professor in School of Media and Communication at Adamas University. I'm one of the film enthusiasts and the mentor of Film Club Kissewala, the storyteller. Once a great filmmaker, Orson Welles said, so the cinema has no boundary. It is a ribbon of dreams. Film, what we see on the frame, but it is more about beyond the frame. Storytelling is the interactive art of using words, action to reveal the elements and images of any story or any film, while encouraging the listener's imagination. Here in the Film Club, we screen best of world and Indian films. We discuss our views, we analyze several frames, and the main objective of the Film Club is to create an environment of film that how we take seriously the parts of films. So let us watch a small presentation what our film enthusiast colleagues and our coordinator has to say about the Film Club. So can we have the presentation, please?
Hi dear students, my name is Professor Dr. Mahul Brahma. I'm the Dean of SOMC, and I welcome you to Adamas. And I encourage you to join our film club, which is run entirely by students. And this is a great place to talk about films, to understand films, to watch films. And I'm talking about world cinema here. It is, our professors are also there. I'm also a part of the club. And what we do is that we film enthusiasts who are into this process of filmmaking or appreciating cinema. This is a great place to be. So please join the film club.
Cinema, as they say, is a complete art form. It encompasses all the different art forms that you can possibly imagine. Visuals, audio, literature, art, and many such things. Interestingly, cinema is something that interests everyone around us, in fact. So if you join Film Club, you will be able to participate in discussions vis-a-vis cinema, and cinema not just from India, but cinema from across the globe. Cinema from across genres, and cinemas having different hues and colors. So be a part of the Film Club, and you definitely understand the beauty and the essence of cinema. Thank you.
Hi. So Adamas University Film Club doesn't only showcase films or screens films. This club is also meant to evoke a lot of emotions, a lot of new ideas, a lot of innovations, and an unquestionable spirit for making films. So here in this club, we not only inspire to watch films, but we also inspire to make films and have a lot of debate on that. So what are you waiting for? Come and join us.
Hi guys, this is Ankur Datta, the student coordinator of Kissawala Film Club, Adamas University. So, Kissawala is a club. From the name itself you can get that it's a club related to stories, and it's a film club. The purpose of the club is that in the club we discuss about movies, shows. We sometimes showcase some famous movies, not only famous movies, which are underrated or which are beautiful, but it doesn't get to the audience like that. Directors don't get the chance to go to the audience like that. So we showcase movies, we talk about them, we chat, and it's basically a place where you can talk freely about any regional or any kind of movie. So if you are a film lover and if you like to watch movies, like to make stories, like to watch stories, and like to know about stories, here is the place. And as a student coordinator of the club, I would likely request you to get to know about the club, and you can join it because it's a place for movie buffs. Hope you guys will like it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. So hope you understood the real emotion of films. So if you love to watch films, if you really want to explore the world and the world and the Indian best cinemas, and if you want to know the story behind the camera, and if you want to be a storyteller, and if you really want to understand the aesthetics of visual language, then join us. This is the best club for you that I can assure you. So that is all over about the film club. So here we all the mentor represented our respective clubs. These all extracurricular endeavors, initiative, and organized by Adamas University. These extracurricular activities are an essential element, just like our other professional studies and courses. These activities are entirely instrumental in building your confidence, self-esteem, aesthetic sense, and leadership qualities. It will be definitely be really be helpful for you to exhibit your potential in the area of your interest, your skill, and your special talent. Our university conducts 15 different clubs. Choose your club according to your interest. The mentors will be there all the time to guide you and help you with their own best abilities. So thank you so much for your enthusiasm and patience. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chandni Ghosh, and I'm from the training team of the Career Development Cell at Adamas University. And I'm here to announce that we are through with the first half of day 2. And we would come back again. We would shortly break for lunch, and we would come back and join again at 2 p.m., wherein we have a session on campus do's and don'ts and the student code of conduct at Adamas University by Dr. Sanjay Mishra, Registrar, and Dr. Rajneesh Clare, who's the Associate Director of Planning and Monitoring. This session would take us through the campus rules and regulations, specifically about ragging and anti-ragging measures. And before we break, please join back sharp at 2. Remember to join in with your own name and not any other alias name, which would make it difficult for us to locate you. And third is your last date of registration is on 1st of October. Do register within time. Thank you. Catch you all at 2 p.m. Bye-bye. Student feedback. There is a student feedback form also, which we all would request you to fill up. So please go ahead and do that. Thank you.